It's the kind of news that stops you in your tracks. Picture this. You're scrolling through your feed and suddenly you see it. The headline that makes you stop, squint your eyes, and double-check if you're still in the right dimension. Sweeney and Scooter Braun are reportedly dating? Is this some kind of cosmic joke? We can't decide if we're laughing or just staring in utter disbelief. But there it is, splashed across social media and buzzing in the tabloids. Sweeney, the breakout star from Euphoria and The White Lotus, and Scooter Braun, the music mogul often labeled as a scummy figure by some, are seeing each other. And just like that, Sydney has once again pushed the boundaries of our expectations for her love life. So, how did this unlikely pairing come to be? And why is the internet collectively shaking its head in confusion? Let's break it down. From Euphoria to Really? Let's first establish who Sydney Sweeney is, for those few who may not have heard her name in every headline lately. At just 25 years old, Sweeney has managed to land roles in two of the most talked about shows on TV. Her portrayal of Cassie in Euphoria caught everyone's attention, making us alternately love her, hate her, and empathize with her chaotic character. Add her role as Olivia in The White Lotus, where we watched her navigate the complexities of privilege and desire, and you've got a recipe for a star on the rise. Now, considering her recent status in Hollywood, you'd think she'd be dating someone in her age range, right? Maybe a fellow young actor, a trendy tech entrepreneur, or someone with a respectable, non-scandalous reputation. But no, enter Scooter Braun, 44-year-old music mogul and the man behind the likes of Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, and a few questionable decisions. The Scooter Braun effect. Here's the deal with Scooter Braun. If you know anything about him, it's probably from one of his numerous controversies. The man has a reputation for being, let's say, a bit of a lightning rod for criticism. He was the infamous figure behind the Taylor Swift versus Scooter Braun drama, which had Swift fans rallying against him after he acquired the rights to her music catalog. He's also been linked to some, shall we say, interesting business practices and infamous interactions with high-profile artists. All in all, he's not exactly who you'd expect your favorite rising star to date. So, when news broke that Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun were reportedly seeing each other, the collective internet response could be summed up in two words: no way. Is this real? This can't be happening. And let's not even get started on the flood of memes. But before you get all judgmental, let's pause for a moment. Is it really that shocking? After all, in the world of Hollywood, everyone seems to be casually dating someone at least once a month, and if the reports are to be believed, this romance is still in the getting-to-know-you phase. So maybe they're just friends who share a mutual love for Italian vacations and high-profile weddings? The casual dating drama. According to TMZ, sources have confirmed that the two are casually dating. But don't get it twisted. When it comes to Hollywood, casual can mean a lot of things. This could mean a few flirty dinners or spontaneous weekend getaways, but it could also mean that they're just enjoying each other's company without any serious commitment. The rumors started circulating a few months ago when Sydney and Scooter were spotted together in Venice, Italy, following the Bezos wedding. Yes, the same one where Jeff Bezos was spotted hanging out with his new girlfriend. They appeared to be cozy and affectionate, sparking whispers about the possibility of romance. But as one source put it, Sydney, recently single after parting ways with her ex-fiancé, is just doing what women in their 20s do. Dating around and living her best life. Sure, that sounds like the perfect Hollywood cop-out, but maybe it's true? After all, who hasn't been on a date that left people raising an eyebrow or two? Of course, when your date is Scooter Braun, the eyebrow raising tends to go into overdrive. People are scratching their heads, asking why anyone would choose to step into that particular gossip mill. But Sydney, ever the enigmatic star, doesn't seem too concerned with public perception. She's used to the buzz and thrives in the spotlight. This might just be another chapter in her "I don't care what you think" book. Is Sydney Sweeney really that silly? Okay, let's be honest for a second. Some people are questioning Sydney's choices here. She's got it all: the looks, the talent, and the world at her feet. And yet, here she is, reportedly dating a man who has been publicly vilified by some sections of the media. So, why does this feel like such a left-field move? The internet is full of armchair psychologists analyzing this potential pairing. Some are even joking about Sydney having a humility kink, as in, she somehow enjoys the idea of doing the thing that would frustrate her critics the most. Who can forget her legendary quote, "I don't care what people think of me," which now feels even more fitting than ever. Some wonder if this relationship is simply a result of youthful experimentation. Sydney is young, and despite what we might think, maybe dating someone like Scooter Braun is just another way for her to experience life in the fast lane. Perhaps she's not dating him for his reputation, if you can even call it that, but rather for the experience and the thrill of living in the moment. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room: age. While there's a substantial age gap between the two, it's not unheard of in Hollywood. Older men and younger women have often been a staple of celebrity culture, even if it feels a bit uncomfortable when it's someone like Scooter Braun at the helm. Could this just be a case of two people enjoying their time together without the pressure of a serious relationship? No one is quiet about this. As you might expect, the news hasn't exactly been met with applause. Social media reactions have ranged from amusement to downright disbelief. Fans of Sydney are trying to make sense of it all, with some defending her right to date whoever she wants, while others are shaking their heads in confusion. And let's not forget about Scooter's own friends. According to reports, he's been telling his circle that he's casually dating Sydney, clearly reveling in the attention. And who can blame him? This is the same guy who made headlines for years, so having the attention of a young Hollywood star like Sweeney is certainly a feather in his cap. You can almost imagine him sending his buddies a text that reads, "Guess who I'm seeing?" Rhymes with Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, we know. This doesn't exactly rhyme, but you get the idea. And that's a wrap on today's wild ride through Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun's unexpected romance. What do you think? Is this relationship a total surprise, or do you think it makes perfect sense? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more celebrity gossip, drama, and all the latest buzz. We've got plenty more to discuss, so make sure you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.